Good day, good day, good day. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rep Melissa. I am Rep Melissa, and this is Morning Sip. SIP stands for Spirit and Practice, where we practice because practice makes progress. Yes, it does. Good day, Linda from the mountains of Colorado. Good day, everyone. We are live streaming on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and New Thought Media Network. Oh, look at that. There's a National Stroke Awareness Month logo up in the corner. I wonder if Sekou had that up for his show. So shout out to Sekou Writes. We started our book study last night and it was amazing. It was amazing. And let me just say, it's not too late to join. We just started yesterday. It was kind of like an orientation intro to the process and some sharing from Sekou about the process of him writing the book. So please join us every Wednesday, May and June at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You go to rocklandcsl.org and click on events under Community Cafe. You will find the Zoom link. So I will share this again in some joy news, but I was just so excited about yesterday. It was amazing, Sekou. Yes, it was. And I am thankful for Thursday, Be King. Yes, yes, yes. It was a wonderful, wonderful first book study that we did last night. So Sekou's book, Hack Your Pay Now, is our theme for this week. So on Tuesday, I had Sekou on as a guest, and we shared one of his commandments, a little bit, just a sip of one of his commandments, commandment number 9, which is expand. And I shared a story from Mark Nepo's book, The Book of Awakenings. And the story was about being a lake, that the salt that you taste won't taste as salty if it's in the ocean versus if it's in a glass. So the opportunity is for us to expand ourselves. And Sekou's commandment number 9 was also inspired by that story. So we shared a lot about that on Tuesday's show. So if you missed it, please go and check it out. And then yesterday, I also shared from the Book of Awakenings by Mark Nepo another story, Let Go of the Rice. And that was all about, what are you holding on to? It's the story of the monkeys getting their hand caught in a coconut because they refused to let go of the rice. So they put their hand in, they was holding the rice and they couldn't get their hand out of the hole because they refused to open their hands and let the rice go. So the question that I posed to you all yesterday was, what are you holding on to? What are you refusing to let go of to free yourself? And it could be a who. Who are you holding on to that you need to let go so that you can free yourself, right? So we talked about letting go of the rice, letting go of whatever's holding you back. And Tuesday, be a lake. So today we're going to be a flower. Today we're going to be a flower. And so this too is from Mark Nepo's book, The Book of Awakenings. And back in 2020, it was July of 2020. I did a whole series on pain because I was going through pain. I was having some, I think it was tooth pain, and that sparked this whole pain series. And a lot of that pain series was inspired by the book of Awakenings, especially the story about being a lake by expanding. So this one is called The Pain of Becoming, but I like to call it Be a Flower. Be a flower. So this is the quote that he opens with. For the flower, it is fully open at each step of its blossoming. For the flower, it is fully open at each step of its blossoming. Just take that in. This is what he writes. We do ourselves a great disservice by judging where we are in comparison to some final destination. This is one of the pains of aspiring to become something. The stage of development we are always in, the stage of development we are in is always seen against the imagined landscape of what we are striving for. So where we are, though closer all the time, is never quite enough. That right there is a whole sermon, right? Never not being satisfied with where you are, where we are now, always striving for this something else. I have to be more than what I am right now, right? The simple rose at each moment of its slow blossoming is as open as it can be. I'm going to share that again. The simple rose at each moment of its slow blossoming is as open as it can be. The same is true of our lives. In each stage of our unfolding, we are as stretched as possible, for the human heart is quite slow to blossom and is only seen as lacking when compared to the imagined lover or father or mother we're like to become. Ah, that is so good to just be. And that's the dynamic for me around being and becoming, right? There's this whole quest to become, to aim for this great becoming, right? But how about just being right where you are, being and accepting where you are right here and right now, wherever you are in your unfoldment, to just be with it, to just be with it instead of striving to for that ultimate goal. Now that does not mean that we are not practicing and making progress towards something. It doesn't mean that. What it means is that we accept ourselves right where we are in our process, on our journey, on our path, right where we are in the beingness of who and where we are right now. I'll go on. He writes, it helps to see ourselves as flowers. If a flower were to push itself to open faster, which it can't, it would tear. Yet, we humans can and often do push ourselves. Often we tear in places no one can see. Mm. When we push ourselves to unfold faster or more deeply than is natural, we taught ourselves. For nature takes time, and most of our problems of will stem from impatience. Often we tear in places no one can see. Oh my goodness. Can we just breathe that in? Just breathe that in. He goes on to share, before my experience with cancer, I was sorely driven as an artist. I pushed myself greatly. I think the creative impulse was deep and irrepressible in me and ultimately healthy, but it was my secret need to achieve some sort of greatness that made me press until something began to rip. It was the unending, relentless push to measure up and quickly against some imagined form of myself that made the flower of my mind tear. I do not believe that people bring cancer on themselves, but I do believe that wherever we weaken ourselves, that part will give way to illness first. It was not an accident. It was not by accident that the cancer struck the creative side of my brain. Perhaps one of the hardest remedies to accept for our pain of becoming is that whatever we are in our path, no matter how flawed or incomplete, is a blossoming unto itself. However, much we have done at the end of the day is more than enough. It is dream becoming truth. Perhaps one of the hardest remedies to accept for our pain of becoming is that wherever we are in our path, no matter how flawed or incomplete, is a blossoming unto itself. Blossom exactly where you are right here and right now. Blossom where you stand. I think somebody said that. Blossom where you stand right now. Wherever you are in your journey, it is the perfect unfoldment right now. Is there more to come? Absolutely, there's more to come. More good, more ever expanding good. But guess what? That good is right here, right now as well. It's not somewhere off in the distance. It's not unattainable. It is right where we are right now. If we would just slow down, activate the quality of patience and grace for ourselves. And let me tell y'all today, this sip is for me. It is for me, y'all. And hopefully it resonates with someone else as well. But this is what I have to say to myself often, to just be, just take a moment and breathe deeply and accept myself right where I am. Stop chasing this becoming and just be, and let the natural pace of our unfoldment unfold, just like a rose, just like a rose. No flowers just like bam. Even the lotus slowly opens. And every second, every moment of that unfoldment is exactly the moment that is required. Nature doesn't skip through any of our nature doesn't skip any of the steps that it needs to experience and be fully in. It doesn't skip. The acorn doesn't all of a sudden become a oak tree. There is a process of unfoldment that it is engaged in. There's a process of unfoldment that you are engaged in. So let us just be exactly where, exactly who we are right here and right now on our path, on this journey called life. So I love all of this. I love all of this. It's probably one of my favorite stories of Mark Nepo. So don't tear up your life because you feel like you should be further along on your path. You are exactly where you need to be. Accept that. Accept where you are. It is the perfect place for you. So we unfold like the flower. Just be a flower. The simple rose at each moment of its slow blossoming is as open as it can be. Your becoming is as being as it can become right now. Right now. Your becoming is as being as it can become right now. All right, y'all. And when we move against our true nature, that's when we're in pain. That's when we're in pain. We want to just pop, right? That's where we feel the pain. That's when we experience the pain because we're not accepting what is. We're not accepting our slow process of blossoming, which is perfect, which is perfect. Ah, all right, all right. So let me check in with you all and then we'll get into some joy news. Yes, Fee. I am a flower. I am a sunflower. I know that's right, Fee. It is a rich reading, Linda. It is. If anyone has the Book of Awakenings, go to this story. It is on page 251, on page 251, and read that story that I just shared with you. Fee said, I overstand you. I feel you. It is for Fee as well. Amen. My meditation was about not chasing. Yes, Fee, not chasing. Absolutely. And a song came up for Linda. Slow down. You move too fast. Got to make the morning last. I know that's right. I need to look that song up. Yes, yes. Thank y'all for sharing that. And please just be, just be, just be. All right. So let's get into some joy news. Let's get into some joy news. So as I mentioned, we had a wonderful first I'm just going to call it a class. We had a wonderful first class of our book study, Hack Your Pain Now with Sekou Writes. He is the first author that we've had with us at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living, where I am the spiritual leader. And it is extraordinary and it was so rich last night. And so please join us. We do this every Wednesday in May and June at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can get the book and paperback as an ebook and as a audio. So we are reading the introduction and commandment number 1 in preparation for next week. So you didn't miss anything. You're not behind. Just get the book and come on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You go to rocklandcsl.org to events and look under Community Cafe. There is a love offering to Sekou, just to bless him, just to bless his gift of sharing this gift with us. Yes. So I wanted to share that. I want to also share next week, two great things are happening next week. One is on Tuesday, the 13th, 8:30 p.m. is our next meditation with the full moon. Our next meditation with the full moon happens every month that there's a full moon. And we have a full spiritual practice with the energy of the full moon. So please join me. That is a special edition of SIP. It happens at 8:30 p.m. And there's no 10:30 a.m. SIP on the meditation with the moon. The meditation is at 8:30 p.m. So join me, just bring something to write with, something to write on, and I will guide you through the rest of the process. Also next week, I am excited that I will be teaching a new class. It's called Self-Mastery, Emergence of the True Self. Emergence of the True Self. It starts on Thursday, May 15th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom. The cost is $240. The cost to my Congregation of Joy, so anyone that's watching this, and for Rockland CSL members is $220. And if you need a payment plan that is available, just let me know. And it is about our unfoldment of our true self and how do we master that, right? How do we guide ourselves through that process of emerging, of blossoming, of unfolding? Yes. So it's an 8-week class. I love teaching. And so please join me. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me by sending me a direct message on Instagram or Facebook at I Am Red Melissa. If you want more information, you can go to rocklandcsl.org, rocklandcsl.org, and just click on classes, and the information is there. Tonight, something exciting is happening. Tonight, I will be doing a live spiritual life coaching session with Fee King. Yes, I am. I will have the flyer up on my social media, and Fee King will have the flyer up on her social media. It is tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Just follow Fee King and you will find it. Follow me and you will find it. People often are curious about the difference between life coaching and spiritual life coaching. And what I say, the biggest difference for me is that we are spiritual beings. That we are divine humans and we are spiritual beings. Yes. And so everything that we need is already within us. Everything that we need to know is already within us. And so I support people, I guide them in accessing the truth of who they are by going within, by rediscovering, remembering who and whose they are. And that is a divine process. It's a blessing process that I get to journey with people and coach them through. So it's not me giving people answers. It is them going within and uncovering those answers within themselves. So we use our inspiration, we use our intuition, we use our consciousness. So it is a process. It is a process of uncovering, unfolding, remembering, all of those things. So, and I serve as the guide. I serve as the coach, if you will. So if you want to get a sip, let me say that. If you want to get a sip of what that can be like, please join Fee King, and thank you, Fee King, for even suggesting this. I so appreciate you. Join us tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, and we'll see you tonight. Yes, I see you, Fee. Fee's excited. This is innovative, groundbreaking. Yes, yes. So follow us at Fee King and at I Am Rev Melissa, 6 p.m. tonight. All right. If you would like to support my ministry of joy, this is my work. This is what I do. This is what I be. This is what I do. You can support my ministry of joy if you want to purchase merchandise, what I call my joy merch. You can do so. I have an Etsy store at I Am Red Melissa, and you can go to Etsy, just put in I Am Red Melissa, and you will see some of the items that I have for you. Mugs and socks and t-shirts that say live life in joy, connect to your yes, and it is all infused with joy, I promise you. So please support my ministry of joy. Also, I think that's it. I think that's all I'll share today. We'll get into some more joy news about what's coming up on Sunday. I'll share that tomorrow. So, and I think we're going to do a roll call tomorrow as well for our qualities, because I've got a sneaky suspicion that some are not paying attention to their qualities. So this is just going to be a little reminder tomorrow. All right. So we'll be wrapping up our Hack Your Pain series tomorrow. Remember, get the book, join us in the book study. We take this deeper in community. There's nothing like going through something healing in community. So please join us. Please join us. So peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.